Hi, I'm Sloan from SloanBella.com, and this is my first video in a new series of videos on crystals. So I hope you'll keep checking back because I'm going to introduce a new crystal every week. Now, the first crystal that I've chosen to speak about is one that I'm completely obsessed with, and it's called Obsidian. So I'm obsessed with Obsidian. Now, Obsidian is volcanic lava that hardens so quickly it doesn't have a chance to turn into a crystallized form. So it is in fact volcanic glass or lava glass. And what it does and what it is it directly gets to the root cause and problem of any trauma that we've suffered, anything that blocks us from moving forward. So traumatic events, especially when they're caught in the lower chakras, and Obsidian rules the base and the root chakra. Those are your sexual issues, your childhood traumas, your violence issues, past life issues, and things that really keep us from our freedom to move forward in this life. Obsidian is the crystal for you. I absolutely love it. It is a Sagittarius type crystal, so there is a part of it that is leading us in a different direction, away from where we think we should be. So Obsidian basically takes the way that our mind is now and the way that our energy harnesses the way that we feel on an emotional level, and it cuts it to the core and it reprograms us and transmutes it into a more peaceful way that we can accept it so that we can move forward. Obsidian is also used by anybody who does ritual magic work, works as a shaman, works with any kind of entity that's attached. I was going to say demonic, but that might scare people. Any kind of entity that's attached to the human form, for whatever reason, who knows? Sometimes they just like to live off of our life force energy. Obsidian is the crystal for you. In fact, it's such a crystal to ground you and to keep psychic attacks away, or just attacks in general, that I carry it on me. I carry it every day in my bra. Pop it right back in there because it's close to my energy field. Now, keep in mind with all crystals, they all need to be cleansed with the exception of selenite and amethyst and citrine. Those are the three crystals that actually do not need to be cleansed the way that other crystals do. You can charge your crystals on amethyst. So remember, if you have a big piece of amethyst, you can put your other crystals at nighttime on it like a charge pad so that they can recharge and their energy's cleaned. Obsidian is so quick at getting to the root of the problem that it needs to be cleaned after every use. So when you carry Obsidian with you, you might as well just take it in the shower with you and clean it. You can also put it outside in the full moon or the new moon, depending on what you're working on, and you can put it in the dirt. And keep in mind that Obsidian absorbs things so quickly that it has more of a repetition to need to be cleaned. Now, some of the tools that I work with and love, because for those of you that don't know, I'm a professional psychic medium, also a technically trained astrologer. So my work morphs in and out of different issues, people's issues, day in and day out. And a lot of the work that I do is core belief systems and childhood traumas coming to the surface that stop people from moving forward. So I use so much Obsidian in my day-to-day practice. And in fact, before I sit down with somebody, I have my Obsidian sphere over here. I'm not going to pick it up because I can't really pick it up. It's kind of heavy with the one hand, but it sits in front of my clients and in front of myself so that we stop with the bullshit and get right to the point. If you're not ready to deal with your issues, then Obsidian is not a crystal for you. If you are ready to deal with what bothers you, what blocks you, what keeps you stuck, then by all means surround yourself with Obsidian. Another way to use Obsidian is to sleep with it under your pillow so that it can absorb what keeps you up at night thinking and ruminating. And it can clear it, transmute it, make it peaceful and harmonious, or it can bring up those hidden issues that attach to our ego and our pride. A lot of what we feel is ego and pride in this life. Why we won't do things, why we won't back down from things, why we won't look at certain things. And then the undercurrent of that is the fear that drives us underneath our ego and pride, because those are fear-based things that we put up there because we are afraid. Obsidian knocks that to the core, brings those issues front and center so that we can deal with them and we don't have to stay stuck in that, so that we can have relationships, form friendships, move in different directions work-wise in a very open and honest and transparent way. There's nothing below the surface hidden, making us reactionary in our day-to-day life. And that's what obsidian is used for. And as I said, if you are going into a house and you are clearing a house where there's a lot of energy from other entities that may not have the new homeowner's best interests up front, or maybe they're attached to one of the new owners, then there's tools that we use that are like this. And this is a black obsidian. I like to use black obsidian. It is the warrior's tool. It's a black obsidian knife, and it's actually used to clear the energy field like this. So you can go around the person, you can clear the room when you walk in just by presenting it front and center. Whatever is in the house, spirit entity wise, or whatever it is, actually allows us to show itself, and it will back down, or it knows it's in for a good fight. So the energy of the obsidian is that of a warrior, and it's an intellectual warrior as well as a physical warrior. So it is here to educate us about our beliefs and our traumas and our ego and our pride, and to release those energies so that we can actually step up a level energetically. So obsidian is the crystal that does that. It has so many forms. There's so many different kinds of obsidian. There's midnight obsidian, which I think is the one I showed you that I have, that I carry on me. There's golden sheen obsidian, which is another one that's used with entities or things that are attached to people, because it actually gives us a tunnel to look from past to present right through. It's not quite as intense as the black obsidian. So if you have something that you really need to get out of your life, or some issue or some energy, then black obsidian is what you need to bring about. You can also use the obsidian to actually look into past events and future events, such as an obsidian crystal ball. You can actually use it to scry with, so that you can stare at it, and if you get into a trance form, you can use it to see images that come across. And another thing that I like to use, just because I like to use it, probably because I'm a Leo, is I love to use this obsidian mirror. It's one that I carry with me. It can be a mirror where you can look into it actually and see yourself in it, so you can see what you look like, but you can see the energy around you. So this can also be used for scrying. If you put it in your purse, pop it into your purse, pull it out, look around. I also put other crystals on this when my other crystals are sort of needing to be recharged and needing to get rid of the bullshit in them. I put them on this little obsidian mirror that I carry with me, because it absolutely cracks it down real quick. Obsidian comes in different colors, and there's different forms, and the obsidian itself, I mean, it comes in snowflake obsidian, there's the Apache tears, there's different colors. For example, the blue obsidian, if you're working with it, it's going to hit the throat chakra. It's going to hit the upper chakra, so that you can speak your mind, speak your voice, as all blue crystals do. So you want to keep that in mind. But obsidian on a whole is one of the best therapeutic crystals that you can find for any sort of traumatic event that you need to release from your body's energy, your soul energy, because it's driving you crazy, and you're supposed to move forward without guilt and shame. Obsidian is the crystal for you. I hope you guys have enjoyed learning about obsidian. It's actually a really remarkable crystal. So I hope you'll check it out, and check out my next videos coming up soon. Once a week, I'm going to be doing the crystal videos, and you can check out the links in my bio. And once again, I'm Sloan from SloanBella.com.